let's discuss foundations in marriages and relationships. A lot of people don't know the importance of foundations in marriages and relationships. Jesus in Matthew 7:24 said, "Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon the rock. And the rain descended." The rains will always descend. "And the floods came, and the wind blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not." Every relationship, every marriage will have the rains, will have the floods, will have the winds. And Jesus said, the man that built his house upon the rock had all of them, and the house fell not. Now let's look at the other foundation. He said, "For it was founded upon a rock, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man." I usually call this person foolish with all vehemence in my voice. A foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon the house, and it fell. And a great fall was the fall of it. You see, these things will always happen to every house, every family, every relationship. It will happen. And the essence of having a good foundation is so that when it happens, you are able to stand. You're able to take your stand. That is it. And today we are going to discuss, but within our series, some of those foundations you must begin now to make. It is not luck. Marriage success, relationship success is not luck. A lot of people say, "Oh, this man is so lucky. Oh, this woman is so lucky." Not so fast. It's not luck. Within this series, let's discuss 4 of those foundations. One is trust. What is trust? It is the firm belief in the character, ability, strength, or truth of someone or something. You believe in that person. Trust must be the fundamental foundation in every marriage, in every relationship. If you remove trust, you're on a roller coaster. The day anything comes, you will fall out of the way. It will crack and the house will come tumbling down. The marriage will come tumbling down. The relationship will come tumbling down. Now, let's note that trust is very important. And you don't begin to build trust the day the problem starts. You begin to build trust right from the beginning or right from today. Trust is earned. You do things to be able to add to trust. It's like an account. You open an account and you begin to deposit into it, and it starts growing. And as it's growing, you continue depositing. The day you make a withdrawal, the level goes down, and you have to work so hard to be able to get that trust on the way. It's very, very important. You know, I often laugh at people who do this. Like, for example, they are asking for the names of next of kin, and some people put their brothers' names, and others put their husbands' or wives' name. And then the people that put the brothers or wives and their partner will be asking, "Why didn't you put my name? Why didn't you put don't you know your spouse is the best?" Yeah, the issue is that there is a trust problem, a trust issue in that marriage, and it cannot be waived. It cannot be swept under the carpet. Why don't you do something about it? Why don't you begin now to build the trust? Why do you have to wait until the day they ask their partner for next of kin, and you now discover that he's using somebody else? You should do something. You should do something. You see, sometimes we think that trust is only believing that someone will do what they intend to do. But let's note that if your partner is able to depend on you, It's something that helps make marriage successful. If your partner can believe that you will do good, you will do something wonderful, not under any supervision, not even when he or she is there, then that helps to form a kind of bedrock for that marriage. It's very important. Trust is very important. And you start building trust based on what you are giving to that spouse, what you are telling that spouse, what you are doing to that spouse. Start today. Nobody wants to do any business with somebody you can't trust. Nobody wants to do any business or anything at all with somebody you can't trust. So let's note that trust is very important. The second one is commitment. And I define commitment as the state or quality of being dedicated, obligated, pledged, faithful, devoted, loyal, covenanted to a cause, activity, or person. When you are committed to a relationship, to a marriage, or to a person, even when you are angry, your commitment should not change. That is the difference between somebody who is committed and somebody who is not committed. Somebody who is not committed, the commitment or the level of commitment is like it's dependent on emotions. When there's emotion, that commitment level will go down. But for somebody that is truly committed, even when he's angry, the commitment is still there, because commitment is not hinged on emotions. It's not hinged on emotion. It's a dedication to the relationship or to that person, and it signifies willingness to walk through those challenges and stay together through thick and thin. I want you to know that commitment is very important in marriage. Commitment is it. Commitment is it. The third foundation is open communication. And open communication is a style of communication where people share ideas and information openly and honestly. It's a two-way process that involves listening to others and considering different perspectives. The important thing about this is that there is openness and there is honesty. And it's a two-way process. It involves listening. It's not that kind of generator kind of listening where you are, when somebody is talking to you, you are waiting and calculating the answers to give back to that person. No, it's a total clearance of your heart, and you are waiting for the person to finish talking, and you consider those perspectives. And then after considering those perspectives, you are able to say things in response to those perspectives, not defensiveness. Listen, open and honest dialogue is very important. And here, the partners express their needs, their feelings, and concerns freely. It's not, in open communications, everybody is free to say anything. They prioritize honesty, they prioritize mutual respect. Everybody respects the other. It's not a communication where you don't know what to say. You don't know which discussion that can bring problem. You don't know which question can bring problem. Some people stay in relationships and in marriages like that. There is no open communication. You have a communication problem. So, and let me just say that communication, open communication, nurtures trust. It nurtures understanding. It nurtures mutual respect. And if you want to do it in your family, you can start today. You can actually be the leader. So lead by example and celebrate transparency. I mean, if your partner, communicates openly, celebrate it. I say, oh, I really didn't know that, we could say this. Let's, instead of, fighting it, celebrate it, provide feedbacks, and then, of course, listen and do this communication through multiple channels. And then I will end this particular session. We'll continue in another video with establishment of shared values. Now, shared values are a set of principles that you set up beliefs, principles, priorities that a partner sets up with a partner that will guide their actions, decision making, and they are agreed to it. And the way this works is that you have to agree collectively, you have to set up that guiding behavior, you have to build cohesion. It's important for families and for marriages to set up shared values so that expectations can be tailored to it. It's very important. Expectations can be tailored. If you don't have shared values, start today to mold those shared values with your partner. I am sure that when you do, you will have a lot of gains. You have a lot of speed. You have a lot of trust. You have a lot of things, expectations that are fulfilled because you've already shared your values. So I would like you to share our videos, subscribe so that when we come on board, you will know, and then you will be able to get some of the parts of these videos. So subscribe and click the notification button, like and share, and let's build colorful families.